Can we complete a game of Alternate Bloons Rounds using the same start and end round of Chimps with just 2 towers? So today, let's try and do this with Sauda and a Carpet of Spikes. Sauda, as we know, has the perfect amount of money in order to start off a game of Chimps, but can she carry until we get the Carpet of Spikes? I hope so. But with both of these towers, they both need to pull their weight rather than the other tower being a tier 5, just doing all of the heavy lifting in like the 80s and the 90s. But around 10, we do need to purchase Sauda's level 3 in order to gain access to her leaping sword attack, because there is going to be a lead bloom that spawns at the end of this round, and we have no way at the moment of being able to pop it. So this will mean we'll be able to pop it, just like so. Imagine an alternate reality where Sauda does not have camo detection. Oh, how the turns will be tabled, and she would have entries on the 2TC index. Now, we do have 3 abilities at our disposal. 2 of them have yet to be active. So we've got the Leaping Sword attack, then we've got Sauda's level 10 Sword Charge ability, and then we've got the Spike Storm of the Spike Factory. Now, when we use them is going to be key to victory. Let's go up to even faster productions. Also, as you have seen, I have disabled everything under the sun, so it is a Chimps game, and you don't use any towers that would generate additional income like with Pirate Lord and anything along those lines. Additional income is a no-no. So the beauty of round 23, Leaping Sword there, and then just clears the entirety of round 24, which is a single camo lead balloon. Also, in any 2-tower Chimp scenarios where you do have the Carpet of Spikes, I think it is a foregone conclusion that we always go with the top cross path, because I like to be able to damage DDTs, thank you very much. Round 28 had regrow leads, round 30 has camo leads. This is the variant that I prefer because they don't regrow. Moab Shredder, then all the way up to Spike Storm. Now I think the duration between Spike Storm and Carpet of Spikes is going to be some of the most difficult rounds in the game, and then late 90s could also be very difficult once we do get Carpet of Spikes. And if you do find a combo that works in a 2-tower Chimp scenario but under Alternate Bloons Rounds, there are far less combinations that work because you get camo balloons much more early, lead balloons much more early, the accessibility to be able to pop a camo balloon or pop a lead balloon. You need them that bit sooner, and you're just not going to get it with a lot of combos. But Sauda is a pretty safe pick, especially on this map where you can literally utilize this small square as your slaughter zone. Although round 38 is looking a little bit dicey here. Get rid of those regrow balloons, sorry, and then the rest should be easy, just like that. Here we go, let's get Spike Storm. I should have gotten you when we got the money, but better late than never, as they say. Round 39. Okay, camo rainbows. I used to see regrow rainbows, that's the thing. Can you believe a fortified lead spawns before a regular lead fortified for goodness sakes, me and my speech. What I was meant to say is fortified Moab spawns before a regular Moab. I hope I haven't cursed myself by doing that, because the Leaping Sword attack spawns more quickly than the Spike Storm ability does. So I'm hoping that this is not a crucial round to use Spike Storm, but I don't think that is going to be the case. It just has to be, doesn't it? What about if we put you on the Moab and you do some initial damage against all of this, and this means we can get our Leaping Sword attack ability back sooner. Oh, speaking of fortified lead balloons, as I said earlier, here they are. And we're going to get PS capped, aren't we? Yeah, we need to use an ability of sorts. Let's just use the Spike Storm to initially get rid of some of this clutter. Right, is that going to be the trick? That looks to be the case, and these blue balloons will serve nicely. Oh, red balloon serves nicely. If you do end up in a scenario where there is a loose red balloon around these parts down here, just leave it be. You don't need to pop it, because eventually it'll come back around and either Sauda or the Spike Factory will deal with it. Level 7 Sauda can pop frozen balloons, but we need that level 13 where she's able to have normal damage type. Meaning we can damage the lead balloons. Oh, that was so close at the end of it. Okay, this is looking a bit perilous here. What about you while you're over that Moab? Hopefully this does it. Oh, looking very... That was so close. That was a little too close for comfort. That's going to be like that for a lot of this scenario, by the way. Oh, regrow fortified lead balloons, although if you do regrow back, you don't receive your fortified part back, which is nice. We'll put you there, but I'm still not overly confident. No, I'm gonna use it at a different time. We'll use you on last, actually, just to remove some of this over here, but I'm just hoping that our Spike Factory is able to pop these lead balloons. Yeah, there we go. So that Sauda can unleash her full fury upon these Hellions. Lead balloon, fortified ceramics. They were fortified. 49, a very conspicuous round. Has so many balloons at its disposal. Put you up there, but I think I need a combination of both abilities. Yeah, I need to pop these regrow balloons earlier, actually. And what about there? And then Spike Factory afterwards. We just need to deal with all of these regrow balloons before they get out of control. Is that the one which we need? I hope so. It's just that these regrow balloons sometimes get out of control, and we need to use the ability slightly later. Okay, possibly. Hopefully some of these will make him just prolong for just a bit longer, but I'm not confident with this. And our attack keeps getting blocked by the lead balloons. Early Spike Storm, just get rid of these lead balloons. Still not confident though. I'm hoping that not all of these will be popped. Okay, there's a red balloon, blue balloon. There are balloons. Oh, thank goodness for that. Okay, we got our abilities back around 51, sorry, that's brilliant. Can we do this, however? Use a Spike Storm, and hopefully that is all we need. There's a camo red there, that's brilliant. Hopefully we can get our abilities back for 52. 52 presents a little bit of a challenge here. What about... That looks to be a little bit skeptical. Oh, this is looking perilous, and of course there are regrow balloons. Again with the yellow balloon crisis. Okay, please disappear. Oh, thank goodness they disappeared. It means I can get my abilities back. Yay, this is a very ability-reliant run. A lot of the time, as you may know while I'm commentary, when it's a difficult scenario and I'm concentrating on just surviving, I don't tend to talk about anything else other than the scenario itself. Because, you know, this is kind of a heavily concentrated scenario we've got going on here. But then when it's relaxing, you'll notice that I don't really talk about the game, and I just talk about other things, like what's your favorite food and stuff like that. Okay, please, can you hold out against this? Thank you. Yes, excellent. You may also notice I say the same things over and over again, sorry. We'll soon get Balloon Bleed, which is going to be a big asset, and then after that I hope we'll be able to get level 10 as soon as possible, so that then we can get the, what do you call it? The level 10 ability as soon as possible. Put you over there. Now it's just this BFB. Hope we can take on this BFB alone without needing any more abilities. But you know me and my silliness and dying to I was going to say die into a yellow balloon there. That's not yellow. What about Leaping Sword while you are detached as a Moab class balloon? Oh, the initial damage was on a yellow balloon. Yeah, those ceramics are giving me a little bit of skepticalism. Great. What a Spike Storm. Nah, I'm not having as much confidence in this as I would in other scenarios. Just don't take away. Oh, there's a red balloon there. Lovely. It's just getting through everything else, though. That's very good. That's really good. We can get our Spike Storm for round 55. And we have Balloon Bleed, which is brilliant. Yeah, those chains there doing some initial damage against those wretched ceramics. And we die to a yellow balloon. What later? Oh, I was hoping later. This again? Please make the ceramics bleed. Thank you very much. Okay, what about that timing? Yeah, that timing works. That's partially hurt, actually, which is really good. But now that they are bleeding, it means that we can't really manage those loose balloons as much, since this does some damage over time. Ceramics. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's going to be ceramics which are going to be the problem. Red balloon, really? Maybe a Leaping Sword might be required here for some continuous damage while they are over there. Oh, yellow balloon, no thanks. What about over there? Do some initial damage over there. That's not looking good still, but maybe we do have hope. Oh, red balloons, lovely. Red balloons are my favorite, especially when I have abilities to rely on. What about now? Not holding out much hope here. Am I? Ceramics again. Being an absolute bane. I was born in the darkness. Well, this time there's just a single ceramic. Was a ceramic. Red balloons. You may notice that I am really anchoring on these red balloons to survive as long as possible. That's just so that we can get our abilities back as quickly as possible. That's the only reason why I really like them. And they're the weakest balloons in the game anyway, so that's a load of fun. Speaking of fun, there were some yellow balloons there. No abilities for this round, good. Alright, hopefully round 59 doesn't consist of the Moab kind of balloons. Get rid of all of those, please. Oh, you had to regrow back into ceramic. Oh, camos. I don't like that. I mean leads. As you may see, there is a lot of resetting, and it's just because of this scenario being so ability reliant, as you may or may not know. Okay, that one there. I'm a bit better with this outcome, however. Fortified BFB. We've got the ability back and ready, which is good. Okay, things are looking okay so far, but there's still these two Moabs back here, and then there are these ceramics, and then there's everything else here. Well, that's no good. Well, at least we're 6k away from the Carver spikes. That's a good thing. Not looking like I can do this round without using an ability of sorts. If I do that, that might be too... Oh, that red balloon had to bleed, didn't it? What about a Spike Storm? Just within the round itself. Will that do us any good? Oh, please survive. Please survive. There we go. Yes! Okay, but we do need to see if we can do this round. Oh, we do need to use both our abilities on this round. The regrows are just so annoying. Later on in the round, possibly. There's still all of these ceramics to deal with. There's all of this as well. What if I do need the... I might even need to upgrade to level 10. That might be a possibility. I would like to get Carver Spikes as soon as possible, but that might not be a possibility with what we've got going on here. Hopefully chew them all down, but there's still so much pierce to get through. Why? I just wish Sauda would level up faster, but I guess we need to go for the sword charge to get through this round. Maybe a combination of both of these, but now we don't have the abilities for this round. This is what I feared I need. You don't understand how ability reliant this run is. Let's just hope we haven't screwed ourselves, which is what I'm looking at. Yeah, this is precariously bad with both of these abilities on cooldown down here. I need these to be ended with one swipe, but of course they have to leak. My biggest problem is that my abilities are just all over the place because of the effects of round 61. I need you all to hold. I think that should do it. Thank you very much. Now round 63. Luckily all of our abilities are nearly back anyway, so this should be good. Keyword there is should. Okay, let me just summon a Spike Storm. Yeah, I don't know why I thought a Spike Storm would be good on this round. What about a Sword Charge? There we go, and you are summoned out just as the second load of ceramics come out, and now it's just a whole bunch of Moabs, which are slower, but still really annoying to deal with because they have all of those ceramics on the inside, and of course we're going to get Pierce capped. Is this a joke? No, but I wish it was a joke. I wish it was a hefty joke in which we can all just laugh along with, but no. One has to suffer because of the results of yellow balloons. But hopefully that does it. That done diggly done it. Okay, round 64. This could be very interesting actually. So I'm thinking of a combination of both Spike Storm and Sauda to be able to take away all of this. Hopefully this does it. Rainbows. All of these. That's good actually. That is very good. And we nearly have the money for Carpenter Spikes. No more investments into Sauda unless we get Carpenter Spikes. This is a bit of a problematic round because there's so many small balloons which summon with the BFBs here that if we try to Spike Storm them, we largely won't be able to affect them because of the fact that all of the spikes will just be soaked up by the smaller balloons anyway. So this is going to be a very difficult round to try and fathom out. Death by Pink Balloon. Oh, thank you. Just need to activate Spike Storm just that tiny bit later, and we finally have the tier 5 Spike Factory at our disposal, which means Sauda, we can now level you up without worrying about not being able to get this upgrade in the first place. Please buff Spike Price, but also please buff Spike Pierce as well. Sometimes it feels like it doesn't have any. It just evaporates under the slightest breeze of my thought process looking at that object thinking it should just topple over. That kind of breeze. A non-existent breeze. But the good thing about the Carpenter Spike is that it does receive a pierce increase with each spike pile that it lays onto the battlefield. Also, because of the big pierce increase now, we are somewhat competent against ceramics with the Carpenter Spikes' passive laying onto the field. I'm pretty sure the same is true for the active ability of the Carpenter Spikes, although those spikes don't last as long. 75 gone and down, done and dusted. Round 76. This is usually a round with regrow ceramics at our disposal to try and eviscerate before they explode out of control with their population. But alas, it is just BFBs. I suppose I wasn't wrong because there are Moabs. Our topic of today will be the yellow balloon. What is your 4 favorite things about the yellow balloon? Okay, I'll go first. Number 1, I die to them a lot. Number 2, I die to them a lot. Number 3, I die to them a lot. And number 4, believe it or not, I really die to them a lot in this game. Those are my 4 reasons why I love the yellow balloon. Also, camo rainbows. There are no regrows. Though round 79 is usually infamous for the regrow rainbow spawn. I suppose it also yellow because, well, they have to downgrade to yellow before they can be completely popped. ZOMG? No way. Keep hold of your abilities. You may never know when you need to use them, because sometimes these clusters of spikes in which the carpet spikes lays out may not be enough. Oh yeah, let's charge up Sauda's levels. Level 14, and soon there will be the level 15 for Sauda. Yeah. When I say that both towers need to pull their weight in this scenario, I mean it. I mean, I could have gone with Ray of Doom, but then the only really difficult part of that scenario would be the 30s, I think. And then possibly just before getting the Ray of Doom itself. But then once you get Ray of Doom, it's just really easy. Just point down the track and you win. 82. Ooh, that looks like it's going to be a yellow balloon there, but that could be a moment where we need to use an ability. What about the leaping sword attack, since that's the quickest to come back? Do we even need to use anything else in this scenario? No. Thank you, Copper Spikes, for summoning your big load when we needed your big load the most. So if you heard a lawnmower in the background, it's really quite warm in the UK at the moment, and I needed my window open because I've only got 1 door and 1 window in my room with my computer. Let's try and get the most out of our ability usage since it doesn't last that long on the field. In fast forward mode. That should do it. I just need another big load. That is another big load right there. For some odd reason, this back mode CMG was more damaged than the other one. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy about this outcome. Like, the mid game was definitely really difficult. Trying to get your timings of your abilities right is probably the most hardest thing about this scenario, because you need them active, or at least nearly active, for the next round. Otherwise, you may end up in a scenario where it's impossible and you need to restart because of your ability timings. Level 17, Sauda's sword attacks slice through many balloon layers at once. Doesn't mean you have more pierce or more damage. Level 88, the summoning of DDTs. Yeah, this is going to be our DDT killer. But once Sauda gets up to level 19, extra damage against regrow balloons, fortified balloons, and camo balloons. And at times, DDTs, or at least the insides of DDTs, are all 3 of these. So that's 3 extra sets of bonus damage. Sorry, 3 sets of bonus damage, sorry. Let me know what other alternate balloons 2-tower chimp combos are possible out there. I've done Wizard Lord Phoenix and Master Bomber. I've done Sauda and the Anti-Balloon, Sauda and Dark Champion. But I don't think there are a huge amount of combinations that are possible just because of the summonings of camo balloons and lead balloons and how early they all appear. I did try Cleansing Foam, but that dies around 7 because of a camo blue balloon that appears on that round. Multiple of them, so you can't exactly go on Scrapyard to do it. This round is usually notorious for all of its super fortified ceramics. How about we just attack with a speed of a blur? Will that make any difference in this scenario, or do we need to use an ability of sorts? You know what, I will use an ability back here, and that's barely tickling them, but it tickled them enough in order to get the job done, okay? Sometimes all you need is a tickle. not a prod. DDTs once again going to the slaughter. This is one of the best DDT counters of the game. You just need white hot spikes, that's the only condition. Round 99 has a bad and round 100 has a fortified bad. But I'm not worried about those two adversaries. I'm just more worried about the masses of weaker balloons on the earlier rounds of 99 and 100. Oh, will we need to use an ability? No, I think that's summoned just in time. Thank you for summoning some of your big load right when I need you to do so. Level 19, lovely. You know what, we'll use our abilities here and now. We've got these ZMGs left to contest with, which is definitely going to be a whole load of fun, in quotes. Everything fun on this channel is in quotes because of the way I interpret the word fun. Okay, ability, that does it. You're all being grounded. DDTs, there are many more views on this round, and you also summon with the purples rather than separate from the purples of this round. And there we go, round 95. Usually a very difficult round, turn easy. Should I just wait for you, or should I just get you right off the bat? You know, I'll wait for you. Just have a bit more money in the bank. Zebras! Africa's biggest black and white monstrosity strikes again on the channel. Oh, I wish you were not there, random ceramic. Tear through them, please. This must be our time. It has to be our time. It is our time. Fortified DDTs on round 97. A little bit different of the round. These two are the same, but the Fortified DDTs are not usually an entry in these scenarios. But this is Alternate Bloons. And Alternate Bloons doesn't care what you think. Alternate Bloons is an abominable scenario where you have to complete a game of chimps using just 2 towers. But these are Alternate Bloons, so they don't care about you. Yeah, this is the make or break round around 98. I need all of the ceramics to be chewed up by the leaping sword charge. Spikestorm, I need you to hold. I need you to hold. I need you to pop. I need you all to pop, but not immediately. Oh, that might be it. Oh, oh my. Some of these ceramics really scare me. Come on, Sauda. Take out the DDTs. Yes. Okay, everybody, that is the run. Round 98 didn't take me as long as round 96 did for some odd reason. I find in some scenarios round 96 is more annoying than round 98 because you've got 3 different speed settings to try and go up against simultaneously. Here we go. The Fortified BAD, this is not going to be anywhere near as bad as you might think it is just because of all of these spikes on the field. Yeah, it's already at wit's end here. DT already taken care of. Everything like that summoned. Let me deal with all of this with what we've got left. Spikestorm left to finish off the scenario. And that is it, everybody. That is a whole load of... I think we got a whole lot more total damage than what we should usually have. Usually it's not that high. Isn't it like high 2.5 million, but not in 2.6 usually? I don't play this scenario enough to know what it takes to get to the alleged amount of pops that it would take to get to that point. Anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching. This has been the scenario of all times, Sauda and Carpet of Spikes for a fun 2-tower chimps, but on alternate balloons. Now, is this more difficult than, let's say, Impoppable? I would say depends on the towers, because in Impoppable, you can still get a lot of combinations, which is normal in 2-tower chimps, but obviously sort of won't be possible because of Impoppable prices. Anyway, that was a really fun scenario. The mid-game was a lot of fun. Before getting carpet spikes, as you can definitely tell, was a lot of fun there. Yeah, a very ability heavy reliant scenario. Fumble up your abilities even once and you are sent straight to the bread balloon gulag. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves. Yeah, that's the alternate skin of Dread Balloon. It's bread balloon. Rather than encasing itself in rocks, it encases itself with bread. French baguette hard bread.